Hi, I'm Perry Atkinson, General Manager here at theDove. Hey, check out our other videos and check out our website at theDove.us. Welcome back. Delighted to have with us today Emmanuel Munoz. He is the Executive Director of Gamerosity. What is Gamerosity? It's a nonprofit organization benefiting children and in particular cancer patients. And I asked a question, should these two words go together, kids and cancer? And the answer is no, but the reality is it happens. And Manny, thanks for being with us today. I'm just fascinating. I got your website up in front of me, Bringing Joy to Kids with Cancer. But behind all of this, there's usually a story that starts it. It's your own, right? What happened to you?
Well, every day 36 kids are diagnosed with cancer, and 15 years ago I was one of those kids. And I was diagnosed with stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma when I was 15, and yeah, I went through it, sat in the bed, had the chemo, lost my hair, felt crummy, the whole nine. I was there.
Oh, wow. And so what made you come back to it? I mean, you probably want to put that chapter behind you. But
yeah, that was the goal, was to move on from it, and it seemed it just kept on coming back. And one day we just kind of decided to give back, and we found a 15-year-old boy named Michael Bruin out of Ashland, and we gave him an Xbox 360, and I think that spurred some change. The Lord was stirring some stuff in my heart, and kind of went from there.
Wow. And so Gamerosity, explain the name.
Gamerosity is a combination of the word games and generosity, and the platform is set up to where you crowdfund or cause apparel, you purchase items, you make donations specifically for a child that you choose. Our hero wall is filled with children that are fighting the fight. You can choose a child to support and support their campaign. When their campaign gets funded, we send them what we call Gamerosity Hero Package. The rock star of the package is an Apple iPad mini, $100 iTunes gift card, shock absorbent case, because if you have kids, you know that you need shock absorbent everything.
Right.
We give them a cape and a hat. We give them a beanie, a special shirt that has a cape printed on the back. And wow. We have a partnership with DC Comics, who gives us some comic books to support them. And we just basically send them a gigantic package of love to let them know that they're cared for and they're worth it.
Wow. That is wonderful. Let me skip ahead and come back. How do people support you? They go to Gamerosity.com?
Yes.
If they want to get involved in this, you can take donations there?
Yes, and our key word is empowerment. And what we mean by that is we're not only empowering these children to be themselves, but we're empowering a community. And you get to choose your child. So when you give to Gamerosity, you're not giving in hopes that it supports a child that you like. You could actually choose the child you want to support. If you hear about your neighbor or a community kid or someone who had a cancer that you had, you could actually type that in, find a child, connect with them, get their overview. If they have a Facebook page, you can connect with them through that. Wow. And then you donate directly, and then you'll see the goal meter move towards your contribution, whatever it is you support.
That's wonderful. All right, I asked you the question before we went on the air, and you respond like most do, and I said, is cancer epidemic? You know, it just seems to be so much out there.
Well, cancer is the #1 disease killer of children nationwide, and we don't treat it like that. It feels like such a common thing because with adult cancers, it's normally environmentally caused. But with childhood cancers, it's largely unknown how kids get cancer. So it should be considered an epidemic. We don't know how, and like I said, over 36 kids every day are diagnosed with cancer.
All right. So when you had it, did you understand what you had? Did you process it as a child, or is it you were a teenager?
I was I was 15 years old, and the initial response was, well, what are you going to do? And I was fine until I found out it was stage 4. Then I lost it. You know, I was terrified. You know, when the percentages drop, you know, you get scared. And actually, my uncle gave me Proverbs 3:5-8 as a verse to read, and I read it, and I think at that moment I just kind of took it as it came, you know, and tried to stay positive and went through each day and figured I'll just trust in the Lord today. I'll trust in Him today and then deal with the consequences after.
When you were in the middle of that, what did you long for the most? I mean, obviously healing, but was there anything else that you were looking for?
I always say that the most painful part of cancer treatment is feeling left out. You have a lot of days where your friends are going on with their day or are doing things, and you're kind of home recovering from treatment or in the hospital, you know, recovering from an infection or all the stuff that comes with it. And so you felt lonely a lot of times, and so you try to bridge those gaps as best as possible.
All right, this is called Gamerosity, and this is what Manny does. He heads this up, and they benefit children who have cancer with a packet. And I guess that's what you got there. Is kind of, oh no, that's an event you got coming up. I want you to talk about that in just a second. How big is this issue in Southern Oregon?
Currently, we have at least 13 kiddos that are going through treatment right now actively. We've lost a couple in the last year, and that's been really tough. But the numbers are growing, unfortunately.
Yeah, you and I discussed a loss of a mutual friend here just recently, and I walked with that family through that. It's just, I don't know. It's hard. It's just the only thing I can say. It's hard. Your faith goes on a roller coaster, doesn't it?
It does. We always say that we got to keep moving forward, you know, and you kind of wear those scars, and you understand that God has you here, and you push through it, and you tell yourself that you know, what matters is what you do, and not you know, what you doubt or how you hurt from it. You just keep pushing forward, and you love first.
It took cancer to put you on your career path.
Yeah, it really did. We kind of joke about it that it's almost come to define me, but that's sort of how God uses things. And
yeah.
You just sort of, you either embrace it or you reject it, and we choose to embrace that.
What is, now this is, September is Child Cancer Awareness Month?
Yes.
And you have your second annual Game On Day. What's that?
So we've created a community event. We focus on awareness. That's the #1 goal, is to not just educate our community, but to offer opportunities for them to play a role within that. And so we're partnering with other organizations that are going to be coming along with. They're going to have a booth. So there's going to be lots of opportunities for whoever comes to see how they could get involved. It's not necessarily always money, but your involvement, your care, your time, talents, and treasures are always going to play a difference. The Game On Day is a free community event. It's on September 20th. We're going to have inflatables, games, life-size games, crafts, live DJ. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Where?
U.S. Cellular Fields. It's going to be,
okay.
I think it's field 20. It's the soccer field that's detached in the parking lot.
Okay. And that'll be coming up on the 20th. Just
yes.
show up?
Show up, rain or shine, from 1 to 5.
That's wonderful. Now, do you need more sponsors for these packets?
We absolutely do. We have kids that have been on campaign for over a year. We always try to get them taken care of. It's a long time for a kid to be on campaign. There's always a need. We have so many things we want to do with the organization, but the boots on the ground stuff, it obviously needs support.
Now, what's a packet cost?
It costs us about $600 to raise a package.
And again, what's in it?
We have an Apple iPad mini, the
okay.
16 gig Wi-Fi one, a $100 iTunes gift card, shock-resistant case, screen protector case on it. We give them a hero cape, Gamerosity stuffy, which is a stuffed animal of our logo that's handmade, a crocheted beanie and a hat. If you've never been through chemotherapy treatment, you don't understand how important being able to cover your head is. Bracelets, a survivor strap. We give them crafts. We have coloring books that we're adding to it. A washable coloring pillowcase is coming soon. A stack of comic books. I mean, it's just chock full of stuff. A special Gamerosity t-shirt that says Little Hero on it. On the back it has a cape. So we have a bunch of stuff on it, and the whole idea is not to just engage in one aspect, but the whole process of the experience of chemotherapy treatment is what we're part of. I would imagine
the families really appreciate this too.
It makes a huge difference. Sometimes it seems a little bit extravagant, even the $100 iTunes gift card, but if you're a family going through treatment, if you're in Medford and you're going through treatment, chances are you got to go to Dornbecker. So you're driving 4.5 hours each way, and if you don't have support for gas, you have takeout food, you have lodging, there's a lot of expenses that insurance doesn't cover. And so for us to provide a package where if the child says, hey, I want to download Lego Movie, the parent could say yeah, because they have a $100 iTunes gift card. We're not going to strap the parents for having to pay $15 for a movie. We'll take care of that for them.
Well, if you're interested in being a part of this, and what an outstanding idea. This is just wonderful. You can go to Gamerosity. It's just spelled Gamerosity.com. and support Manny and what he's doing. And let me encourage you, if you can, if the Lord leads you to maybe buy a packet or a couple of packets, they'll be strategically placed with children. And unless you've been there, this is a tough one to go through. And you were stage 4. You're 15 years past that now.
September 5th will be 15 years.
15 years. Now, are you considered in remission?
Yeah,
okay.
Survivor.
A survivor. And stage 4, that's not the number you want to hear, right?
No, there is no stage 5.
There is no stage 5. And so it's quite a process. And I just, I've been with families whose children have been in the middle of this, and you almost feel hopeless. What do you do? And here's something you can do.
Yeah, it's a very tangible way to be a part of a child's life.
Manny, this is wonderful. What do you think the Lord's going to do with this? Where do you see this going?
You know, I've gotten to the point where I've put my hands in the air and said, all right, Lord, whatever you do, nothing surprises me anymore. We've received grants, we've received private donations, we've seen families, we've created relationships with families that we never thought we'd ever have, So we get to the point where, if someone says go here, I say, okay, we just do it. We'll do whatever God has. We have hopes for the future for apps that are more immersive into their experience. We want to gamify the experience a lot more. If they're there, they're there. There's nothing we can do about it. But what we can do is help with their day-to-day process.
Well, thank you for coming in. I want to say thank you for obeying the voice of God in your life, which probably something you didn't expect to be doing.
No, not for a second.
And you're a constant reminder, whatever God brings you through, minister makes you turn around, makes you a minister too.
Yeah, no kidding.
And saves you from, and that's what's happened to you. All right, it's called Gamerosity.com, Gamerosity.com. You can go there. I'm on the website here. It's a beautiful website. And if you feel led to buy a package or a couple of packages, or maybe you could team up with some other family members and buy a package, whatever the Lord leads you to do, they're going to take that and place it in the hands of a child who's dealing with cancer and encourage them through. Thank you, my friend. Blessings.
Thank you.
Stay in touch, will you?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
See you on the 20th, huh? You going to come out?
I think I'm going to try to be there for that one.
Fun for all ages.
All right, it's at the Cellular Field from 1 to 5?
Yes, rain or shine.
On the 20th of September.
Yes, sir.
Be there. All right? We'll be right back.